Chronic clogging of surgical suction tips and tubing has been a challenge throughout the industry during many surgical procedures. De-clogging suction tips is often frustrating, time-consuming, unsafe, and lacks any effective solutions until now. The VORTEX VORTEX clearing system addresses this constant problem by quickly clearing clogged tips in seconds. The VORTEX system is cost-effective, easy to set up and utilize, safe for OR staff by containing bodily fluids in a closed-loop system, and saves time, reducing procedural delays and frustration. The following video will guide you through the VORTEX setup and instructions for use. To set up the VORTEX system, you will need a 1-liter sterile saline bag, a good quality pressure pump bag to pressurize the saline bag, 1 set of IV tubing, high flow 111 inches long, a simple spike and male lure lock at the end with a flow stop, 1 VORTEX surgical suction clearing unit contained in a simple sterile package. This is single use only. And lastly, your preferred surgical suction system. It is very important to confirm the suction tip size you will use for the case. If you are using a suction tip smaller than 9 French, the suction tip will not fit the VORTEX unit. Do not open the VORTEX packaging if you are using a suction tip smaller than 9 French. Peel open a single VORTEX unit from the sterile peel pack and place the unit with the instruction card onto the sterile table. Remove the VORTEX unit from the insert card. Please note, the adapter is pre-attached to the top of the unit. Leave the adapter attached to the unit for small suction tips 9 through 20 French. The adapter aligns smaller suction tips over the internal valve. Remove the adapter for bigger suction tips, 22 French and larger, such as Yank-Hour suction tips. To remove the adapter, press firmly on both sides of the white adapter at the bottom of the 2 slots. Squeeze and pull away from the device to remove the adapter. The adapter will easily click back onto the unit by aligning the 2 slots and pushing it downward until you hear a click. Insert the full IV bag into a pressure pump bag. Connect the high-flow IV line to the sterile saline bag with no medications added. VORTEX suggests a minimum length of 100 to 111 inches. Confirm the saline IV line is closed off until ready for use. Typical bag hanging locations include placement on an IV pole close to the patient's feet, near the surgical site, or on your preferred suction system. Make sure the tubing and IV bag are positioned so the VORTEX unit with tubing easily reaches the surgical site. Attach the lure lock at the end of the tubing directly to the VORTEX unit. Pump the saline pressure bag to the green zone. Ensure the pump bag's pressure remains in the green zone before and during the case. This will provide approximately 6 to 7 psi of line pressure to the VORTEX unit. The VORTEX unit is now ready for use. To activate the VORTEX unit, with the suction turned on, push your suction tip firmly into the VORTEX unit, forcing the VORTEX system's internal valve down for about 2 seconds and repeat. Make sure you push all the way down firmly until you see fluid rushing through the suction line. After removing the clog from the suction tip, make sure any of the residual saline fluid is cleared or suctioned from the VORTEX unit. It is important to note to always keep your thumb over the suction tip's thumb hole when using the VORTEX unit, and to push the suction tip down 2 times. VORTEX has found that frequent proactive clearing will maintain the patency of both the suction tip and the suction line. To proactively reduce clotting, periodically clear the suction tip and line, even if the suction tip does not appear to be clogged. The VORTEX unit will clear most clogs that may occur during procedures. In some cases, hard obstructions such as solid bone may completely block the suction tip and may require clog removal with an obturator. Remember, To maximize the suction, always keep your thumb over the suction tip thumb hole when using the VORTEX system. The VORTEX surgical suction clearing device is an essential tool for any organization that prioritizes patient outcomes, surgical safety, and workflow efficiency.